Hello and welcome to Travel Counsellors HQ. We're here in the Venus building in Trafford City in Manchester. Now, my name is Julie McGowan. I'm the head of international, so I do know the global businesses intimately. And the reason you're seeing this recording is because you're showing an interest in becoming a travel counsellor, which is fabulous because this is our opportunity to demonstrate to you what you can't really see on your induction pack or in your recruitment folder, and that is to actually share with you our culture, what makes us tick, our DNA, our behaviours, what we truly believe in. And I hope this will give you some insight into our business and how we care for our travel counsellors. So first about you, we actually support, I believe, very, very well our travel counsellors. We believe in a future without limits. Now that may sound rather twee, but we truly, truly believe in that mantra. We feel everybody should look at their future and believe they can do anything, and with the right support and the right empowerment, that could be you in a few years' time or in even a few months' time. So please consider that for when you're actually looking at all the different packs. I will be introducing you to two very special people shortly within our business, but first a little bit about me and how I work with our global businesses. I travel, sometimes I travel more in one half a year than another. It depends where the business needs me, but I work very, very closely with every general manager in each business and those teams and the travel counsellors. I am very lucky to actually work with our travel counsellors globally as well. Now, what does that mean? So I will support them in anything, whether it be recruitment, whether it be business development, whether it's even marketing. I have a good eye over the overall business, and then I will work with the directors here and their teams here in Venus, and that helps us to make sure that we get it right in each market. We believe we do an awful lot centrally here in Venus to support you and your business, but then we also need to remember that locally there may be some differences, and that's why we have local teams to support you in your countries. We have 7 countries in total at the moment, and remember I say at the moment because I remember a future without limits. So we have the UK, we have Australia, South Africa, the UAE, the Netherlands, Belgium and Ireland, in no specific order, but each of those countries needs something a little bit different. They may need different support in different areas. Some of our offices locally are larger than others. For example, we support the UAE and our Cork office in Ireland very well from Venus, so we only have a small team locally. If we look at Australia, we have a much larger team because of the time difference and because, again, locally there are slightly different demands. So we look after you in terms of your development of the business, and let's be fair, if you get the right support and you have the right focus and we share the tools that have made us a success globally, then success is going to happen. You are going to succeed. The rest of it is down to you with our support. Now, I'll introduce you now to Kirsten Hughes. Kirsten Hughes is our Managing Director in the UK and also our Global Commercial Officer. So over to you, Kirsten.
Thanks, Julie. Hello, everyone. It sounds a very long title. That is a very busy one. Just to give you a bit of my background, I am Kirsten Hughes. I am the Commercial Director at Travel Counsellors, but also more recently UKMD. I've worked for the business for 23 years. I've been in travel 26 years, 27 years now. I was very young when I started. But where we are, obviously you've got 3 English people sat on the couch talking to you. You could be anywhere in the world watching this video. How does the commercial team globally support our travel counsellors? Well, if you've been in the industry as long as I have, you'll have seen massive changes over the last 20 years, and the way we buy product from suppliers has changed in that time. Here in the UK, 20 years ago, you could only buy off tour operators. In some countries, they're called wholesalers, and we just sold that on, and we was given a commission. The way consumers now purchase travel has changed. 20 years ago, the only way a consumer could buy travel was to go to a travel agent. Happy days. That's no longer the case. They have to come to us. Our differential now as travel counsellors is you. It's the experience that you bring to the booking, it's the care that you bring to the booking. However, what you book and what you buy also has to give them more than what they're going to be able to get themselves. So my job and that of the global team, the commercial team is not just a UK team, it's a global team. We have presence in most countries. And that's important. As Julie said, each country is slightly different sometimes in the needs of what they want. So we have a commercial, the big commercial team, if you want, the buyers sit in the UK, but each country has their own commercial person. And they work with us on a daily basis to ensure that we are getting the right product for our customers, but also for our travel counsellors to sell. So how's it changed in the last sort of 10 years? We've got a platform, a technology platform called Phoenix, and we talk a lot about Phoenix internally, but that is a technology platform. What it allows us to do is put in core products at a net rate basis to allow you to manage your margin and manage what you sell to your customers and how you package that together. So where we just bought off tour operators or wholesalers, we now have a lot of product in our system that allows you to be in control of that. So when you sell something to a customer, they see that that is a travel counsellor's holiday or a travel counsellor's package that you've put together. Why is that important? That's important because tour operators or wholesalers all have their own agenda. And for most of them, their agenda is to make as much money as possible. Of course, if I was in their shoes, I would do exactly the same thing. So why did they do that? At the moment, wherever in the world, a lot of tour operators or wholesalers still need you, the travel agent. But as technology is getting better and customers are becoming more aware of how they can buy product, what will happen is that these tour operators and wholesalers will cut you out as a travel agent, or they will cut your commission or not pay you any commission at all. By using our platform and by us having buyers and buying our own product, and we don't own aircraft, we don't own hotels, but we build relationships. We book them directly, we have direct contracts along with destination management companies and all sorts of product, cruise lines, the airlines, everything you could possibly want, we have relationships with. But it allows that in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, 15 years' time, if you're still in the industry, it would stop an operator coming and saying, we don't need you anymore, we're okay because we probably won't need them anymore in 15 years' time. So why is global important? Well, when we started here in the UK, we just dealt with UK suppliers, and that was the case because you know those suppliers, we know what they provide. As we evolved and went into other countries, and I think it's about 11, 12 years ago now, our first international venture over in Thailand and South Africa, it meant that we actually got access to much more product and much more suppliers. And in those countries, our South African office, they have relationships locally in South Africa. In Ireland, they have relationships locally with suppliers where they've already established and built relationships. But more importantly for them, and for example in Australia, where a lot of the Australians will travel to Europe, for example, we have much stronger relationships because we're based in Europe. We've got a Dutch office, we've got an Irish office, we've got a UK office. So actually, you've now got the buying power of 7 countries coming into one, which gives us presence, it gives us recognition, it gives us brand recognition. We are a big player in the market, so if you're coming into, I don't know, Australia, one of our smaller offices, if you deal with Royal Caribbean, for example, globally, we give them a massive amount of business. So you're not a small player. You may have been considered a small player in your local domain, but actually globally we're a bigger player. So that gives us a lot of leverage. We can go into new countries with the leverage of having 7 countries behind us. We can demand, if you will, ask for respect in a very nice way for our customers and our travel counsellors. But the more we support what we are trying to achieve globally in terms of distribution, the stronger we will be together. So, and there's always, it's a bit 24/7 now. Well, it is 24/7. If you've requested something from the UK, we travel long haul quite a lot. We travel to Australia. We can put requests out in the morning during our daytime, and our Australian office will jump on it in the evening, and we'll have a confirmation back in the following morning. Likewise, wherever you are in the world, we can do the same. We are a global family, and you'll probably hear that a lot in your recruitment or induction or whenever you join. It was a family 23 years ago, and it's a family today. We will protect that. Our suppliers know that. We've just finished a conference where we had over 220 suppliers attending, 400 delegates from those suppliers. It truly is a global business now, with a global feel and a family feel. And the supply chain will continue to move. Our job And my job and that of the commercial team is to ensure that we are always looking for new experiences for our customers. We are always looking for better product, more product, the right product for our customers, that we will never be left behind. And we are not a conventional tour operator or wholesaler where we say, you know what, we've only got 500 hotels and that's all you're going to sell. We have 400,000 hotels in Phoenix. So it's massive. Now, we may say we only want to sell 3,000 of them, or we'd prefer to sell 3,000 because volume into less is better for us, but this is not about directionless selling. This is about the right product for the right customer at the right time, protecting your future and giving you the right margin. And the final thing from me is, depending on what the background you've come from, I think one of the biggest challenges for me as a commercial director has been many of our travel counsellors have come from a background where they've been told what to do, and they've been told what to sell, and they've been told what margin they can make on it. As a travel counsellor, you become control of your own destiny. And the great thing with our model and the model of Phoenix is you become in control of your own destiny. But more importantly, remember, every time you give a booking to a third-party wholesaler or tour operator, you give away between 10 and 15% of your commission. So by becoming the owner, the aggregator, the builder, your margins tend to double overnight. No longer will you be told you can only make X percent, you will be given the opportunity to double that. So, and that's probably been the most exciting bit for me. I'm commercial, but it's been brilliant bringing in new people globally in each country. They feed back for us your needs locally, and we think globally and we act locally, and we. Is that right? Have we got that right way around, Julie?
Think globally.
Think globally, act locally, to ensure that we will always have what you need. And in fact, we always want to be a few steps in front of you. So that's all from me.
Just share with us how many you've got in your team.
Oh, I'm being tested. In the UK office now we have 4 or 5 buyers with 3-4 execs behind them. We have somebody who looks after cruise, we have somebody who looks after aviation. We've got 3 or 4 in the retail division looking after our wholesale partners. Then obviously globally we've got partners in the Netherlands, more recently in Australia, in Ireland, so everywhere.
Yeah.
And the business is a very commercially focused business, because this is not about, as I said, us telling you what you have to do. This is about us creating a future for you, and you can pick and choose what you want, how much you want, how little you want. Our job is to ensure that we have enough product for everybody. Cruise, whether you're a cruise specialist, whether you're a flight specialist, whether you're a package specialist, whether you're a safari specialist, whatever your future is and what they want, what our travel counsellors want to be, our job is to ensure that they've got the right product for that, and then we will ensure we've got the right people.
Fab?
Oh, and one other thing, sorry, I do talk a lot. The other brilliant thing about being a global business commercially, and one of the things you'll see in our systems, is our message boards. And where our model is unique, everybody cares about everybody else being successful. Our travel counsellors care about the person alongside them and the people that they deal with being successful. So the amount of knowledge, because I know one of the questions we get from new recruits is, but I don't know everything about everywhere, and how's that going to work when I work on my own? Our partners, our supply partners, our DMCs, for example, are always on the end of the phone. But more importantly, we've got 1,700 currently, and it's growing by the day, 1,700 global professionals with the average time in the industry of 19-20 years, expertise that you can ask each other. And some of the questions we see on the message boards, and I'm sure we'll have to talk about this, are the randomest things you'll ever ask. Yet there's always another travel counsellor who will know the answer and know where to find that. So the knowledge and the experience, you just won't get that anywhere else. So please don't ever be afraid of that, because it's just something else. Seriously, it's something else.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Julie.
Thank you. As Kirsten says there, we have actually got a massive knowledge bank of between our TCs. So again, always ask. There's always someone that knows the answer. Well, I did say we had 2 very special people to introduce you to. So now I'm going to go over to Waseem Hack. He is our marketing and digital director. Have I got that right?
You're close, Julie.
Was it? Oh, please tell us. Sorry.
I'm Digital and Innovation Director with responsibility for marketing as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's worth highlighting that, because I think we've moved to a world where so much of the customer requirements is around digital, that we have to consider that as a really important part of the customer experience. So as responsibility to marketing, I've come from more of a digital background to ensure that we can deliver the customer experience across all channels. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what global means from a marketing point of view and how it helps you and build your business. And obviously the critical thing about building a business is finding customers. So initially we focus on the strategy around what are the right types of customers for this business and for your business individually. We give you the tools and techniques for how to attract those customers. We have learnings, as Kirsten talked about earlier on, from other travel counsellors and how they have executed their business and built a customer base, so we can take those learnings and build them into the overall strategy. And as a global team, we focus on the data we can pick up from all the different customer interactions as well, so we can understand how to segment our customers, how to profile them, and therefore how to ensure we give the tools to our travel counsellors to not just attract the right customers, but to serve them and give them the best customer experience they can through the whole customer journey. So marketing initially focused on that piece of how do we ensure as a new starter you understand the market that you're operating in and how to find the right customers in that market for your business. We then also focus on the brand, and the brand is a fantastic sort of brand truth or brand promise, depending on if you're from a marketing background what you call that, but it's about trust. And it's about the trust that builds between the customer and the travel counsellor, and how do we ensure through every step of the customer journey that the brand delivers on that promise of trust in the content it shares, the inspiration it gives, the customer service, the planning and booking process that our travel counsellors deliver, the way that they keep in touch with their customers and look after them not just through the travel experience but through the journey past travel and all the way back into a rebooking and keeping a customer for life and building that customer loyalty. So the brand is a massive part of us, and with us it is personal. And then we look at the tools. So from a strategic point of view, if you're managing that customer journey and delivering on the brand promise, what are the tools that you need as a travel counsellor to be able to do that? So we have a brand centre that provides you with access to brand merchandise, so that you can make sure that you can market yourself either as events and exhibitions, or just simple things like as you send tickets out, you've got a really nice branded ticket wallet to support them. We look at supporting you in the creation of marketing materials, so the right kind of content to push out, looking at channels like social media. How do you represent your business in social media? How do you build a relationship with your customers via social media? And how do you ensure that the right kind of product, the right kind of offers, the right kind of inspirational content is put through those platforms that will appeal to your customer, whether you're in leisure or whether you're in corporate travel. We help you understand what are the right social platforms to focus on and how to use those, with a whole wider digital toolkit around having your own website that supports who you are and what your positioning is as a travel counsellor under the master brand. We also then look at the customer experience from the point of view that as customers are moving more digital, we provide an app, and that app helps in enabling the relationship from a digital point of view. So customers are looking now for more of a digital interaction. It means they can support the communication with you. You can share quotes with them via the app. They can make inquiries via the app. But ultimately, the app is there just to make the relationship more efficient, so that you can then still focus on the personal side of it and still speaking to your customers, looking after them and giving them the service that they want through the whole relationship. And as a global team, we focus on the strategy around that. We work with global partners across marketing, across media, across customer data, so that anything that we do from a strategic point of view, we've got access to the right teams in the right countries to get that insight from all the global locations that we operate in. And we have a central team and then local teams in the market, so you've got people local to you to make sure that the marketing strategies we're putting in place are executed in a relevant way for your market. So my background has always been in global roles and focused on global strategy, and I think it's really exciting to work in an organisation where we know what is needed from a global point of view, and we can make sure we support you locally in how we execute that strategy.
Well, I've got one question.
Yes.
Because marketing's very scary when you're setting up on your own. Do you want to just touch on Coach and some of the training that we will have available?
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach is our online learning system, so it covers not just the marketing piece, it covers some of the commercial pieces that Kirsten's talked about earlier on, but it's really a learning platform that supports you through your whole journey of your induction and on through your whole journey of being a travel counsellor. So when you're unsure about how to go about certain marketing strategies, you can go straight into a coach module. You can watch a module on how to understand who your customers are, on how to use social media, how to set up a Facebook business page. So as well as having access face-to-face to people in the local offices or online and via technologies like Skype to have those conversations, if your preference is more of a self-learning, or you feel you just want to top up on your knowledge, you can dive straight into Coach, follow the modules that are in there, and get the learning from that platform as well.
Okay, great stuff. Thank you very much. And I hope that's actually given you a really good insight into who we are and some of the things in the areas that we can support you in. Obviously, you've still got a lot of research to do. I hope this has helped you. And whatever you decide to do, we truly do hope that you will be happy in your own future without limits. We are going to sign off very shortly with our conference video, and I just want to thank Kirsten and Was for being with us today. Thank you and good luck.
I'm so looking forward to the weekend. It'll be fabulous.
Can't wait to see who our guest speaker is. Can't wait to see who our entertainers are for tonight and Saturday night.
The conferences just get better and better.
This is like a big Christmas party for all of us. I'm looking forward to meeting all the other travel counsellors, meet all the suppliers.
I'm really looking forward to hearing about the new technology. It's changing every few minutes.
Listening to the senior team on where the business is going and the future without limits.
This company allows me to be so creative. It's the best thing that I have ever done. It really, really is.
Really great audience, and it was good fun. I always try and enjoy these things, and we did tonight.
Big message to the travel counsellors. It's been a fantastic day. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. And then rule number 3, never give up.
love the personal experience that travel counsellors offer to their guests. Seabourn really needs that personalised concierge level of service, which is what travel counsellors do perfectly.
We continue investing in travel counsellors because the type of business that you are is very similar to how our business works. It's all about people, our relationships and service.
There is this sense of community. You are part of a family, and the relationship we have with travel counsellors is that we feel we're part of that family as well. So when the family gets together, then you want to be here.
This is a great opportunity for us to talk to travel counsellors directly about our products, give them a bit more knowledge, help them, get those bucket list trips booked.
All of the travel counsellors that I've met have just been the nicest people, really passionate about what they do. I've loved speaking to them, loved dancing with them last night with Rick Astley as well. So it's been fab, brilliant.
Love the camaraderie. We get to see people that we haven't seen for a year.
Awards for Kirsten and Karen, so well deserved. They are the rocks for our business.
Vic and Michael got great chemistry on stage. I think that works really well. They were funny as anything.
Love the silent disco. I thought that was a genius move. I really enjoyed that.
Taken away mainly for us to carry on asking for referrals, which has massively made a difference to our business.
The baking of the cake this afternoon, I've put it on my Facebook.
I'm really ready to go now and I can't wait to get stuck in.
It's Ollie Murs, and I'd like to firstly congratulate everyone that's working for Travel Counsellors on a fantastic year. You guys are amazing. And listen, I hope you guys had as much fun as I did at the conference, and I can't wait to see what you guys do next.
The thing I love so much about Travel Counsellors is that they're like the best friend, the best travel friend you've ever had. They know everything. They know what you like, don't like. I want to marry them. I'm married, sadly. Otherwise I'd marry one now. Man or woman, I don't care. Thank you.